Hey everybody, it is Heather, and today I am going to be showing you my latest What I'm Making Monday. Okay, I have a few things here. Lately, I have been bit by what I am deeming the cast-on itis bug. I have, well, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 technical cast-on items that I'm currently working on. One goes with another, so technically 6 items that I'm working on actively. I have a problem right now where every single thing screams to me. Like, I want to knit the sweater, I want to knit the socks, I want to knit the blankets, I want to knit all the things, and I don't have enough time for that. I am a mom of 3. I don't have enough time to knit everything I want to. So right now I'm going to show you what I'm working on in order of how much I'm enjoying them. I think I'm going to try to do like that. Currently, my most favorite thing that I am working on is called the Happy Scrappy Blanket, and it is going to look like this. First, you knit the triangle, which, you increase by 1 every row till you get to a certain amount of rows, however big you want it to be. And then you knit the, I don't know what shape that is. I wasn't good in geometry. And then you decrease in the triangle, so it will be a rectangle, just like, a bed. So I am going to make this rather large. This specific one said to use finger and weight held double, but they wanted you to use a size 3 needle, I think. I only printed out the actual pattern page to conserve ink. But I didn't do that. I am holding 2 finger and weights held double, but I am using a size 6 needle. Here's my little needle. This is my new needles. Love these needles. And I am holding 2 yarns held double. I'm loving this so much. I just started it last night actually, because I'll show you what I have so far. Right now I have 76 stitches on my needles that I have gotten going. It's so squishy. Using the 2 fingering with the size 6 needle, it is going to be a perfect blanket for my bed, I think. Liking the little edge. The increases is just a knit front back, so it's a simple increase. So there's no eyelet edging. It's just this cool little detail, which I really like. I have some of the yarn here that I'm going to show you that I am making this blanket out of, okay? All of the yarn is going to be from one Dyer's colorways. They are the Lolo Did It plush sock, and each one of these are a hippo. The one I am currently working on is Hippo for Mom. It's Hippo for Mother's Day 2020. And my goal, dump these out, a little bag of yarn that I have here, is to finish with Hippo for Father's Day 2020. So I'm going to have all these different hippos in between Hippo for Mom and Hippo for Dad, and it's going to be a blanket for my bed. I think that's kind of cute. Well, I'm holding the Hippo colorway, which this one is Hippo for Mother's Day 2020, with what they call Naked Hippo, which is a solid tonal gray, which has a little bit of darker spots, but mostly this is just solid gray. And as you can see, my bedroom is gray, and it has pops of blue or a turquoise throughout, and other colors. I mean, right now it has my infant's nursery set up in it, so it has that, but it won't always have that. It will always be gray, I think, for a while, because I love gray. Not to mention, my bed is gray. Like, my headboard and all is like gray velvet, so I love gray. It's actually my favorite color right now. So what I'm doing is I'm holding the main color with gray double, and it is really cool because it's showing, just random speckles throughout randomly, which is what hippos do anyway. There's, some of them have a lot of speckles in color, and then some have tons of area where there's no speckles. So you will have a lot of gray in that area, which is going to be absolutely perfect. So I'm going to show you the colors that I currently have. I do not believe that I have enough yarn currently for the blanket that I am going to make, for the size that I'm going to want. I don't know. But Lolo Did It is the company that I buy from. She puts out new colors for holidays every month and every season. So I'm going to show you the colors that I'm going to do. This is a tiny ball that I have left of the next color that I'm using, actually. I was going to make a Cozy Memories mitered square blanket, and this is the squares that I knit out of this color. And I was going to use these same hippos for the mitered square Cozy Memories blanket. But then I got this far with the seaming part and decided that I didn't want to do this anymore. Not right now. It's not what I want to do right now. It's not bringing me happiness. I enjoy knitting the little squares, but I don't want to put them together. And because I wanted to see how many squares I could get out of one skein of yarn before, so I couldn't knit them as I went because I wanted to put one solid gray in between. So I scratched the Cozy Memories blanket. So this is going to be project number 7. I would have showed you this, but since I'm showing you the colorways now, know that I will probably only be showing you 6 because I'm not doing the Cozy Memories blanket anymore. But I will show you, this is the second color that is going to be in my Happy Scrappy blanket. It is not being used with scrap yarn. Most people who make this blanket use scrap yarn. I am using full skeins because I want to use these skeins in a blanket, and this is the pattern that I want. I wanted just a simple blanket of garter squish that would fit my bed and that wouldn't, you know, be mindless. And it is mindless, and I love knitting it. So the next color is this. This is color 1, Hippos for Mom, which is gray, obviously, with some burgundies. Every so often you'll see where the colors split for orange or for blue. Like here's a blue right here. But for the most part, it is reds. The next one is mostly pink and red. So here's a good show of the color. Then the next color I was going to do is Hippo for Cinco de Mayo 2020, which has pinks and greens and yellows and oranges, and this is like a fun color. It did not take so much of the gray base, so I'm a little nervous about this one because it is the least gray out of all of the skeins, but it's going to be fine because, you know, it's going to be fine. But what can you do? The next one I'm going to be doing, I believe was going to be, yeah, Hippo for Easter. It's so pretty. It has pinks, yellows, bright blues throughout. I mean, it's just pretty. The next one is going to be Hippo for Spring. It's got neon yellows, blues, reds, greens. Very pretty. So if you notice, like all of the colors are basically the same. They're just, you know, another color added or a color taken out. So I showed you Hippo for Spring. The next one is Hippo for Bubble Bath. This one is probably my favorite out of all these colors because it's just blues. So freaking gorgeous. I love this color. Then the next one will be Hippo for St. Patty's Day, which is lots of greens, different shades of green. And right now, I don't have any more colors to stick in there. I only have Hippo for Father's Day, which is really pretty, actually. It looks a lot like Hippo for St. Patrick's Day. Look at that right there. Those look very similar. As she puts out new colors, which there will probably be a color coming out, I'm assuming next week, because next week I think starts summer. I'm pretty sure next week starts summer. So there will be a new color out next week. And if I like the summer color, I will grab it to throw in the blanket as well. And I don't know how many skeins I'm going to need for this blanket. Right now, like I said, I have 76 stitches, but it's tiny. This is a 24-inch needle, and it doesn't even, I mean, this is like a baby bib. It's nothing. It's going to take so much more yarn. But that is what I am currently loving the most. The next item that I am making a lot right now is for my 14-year-old daughter. It is called the Contrails Cardigan. Let's see if I can get this. Like, it's like that. It is a mohair cardigan that is very airy and breezy, and I am using a surprise yarn. It is a mohair blend that I don't know what it is. It was in a blind bag from Willow Yarns, which is a sister company to Hirschner's, and it was the mohair surprise. I don't know what this yarn is made of. I feel personally like this is a mohair acrylic blend, but I don't know for sure. I know that I got 5 full huge skeins of this in the mystery bag, and I believe that one, maybe 1.5 at the most is going to make an entire cardigan for my daughter, and I have no idea what I am going to do with the other yarn. Because this is not showing up true to color. This is like highlighter neon green. It is a very bold color. Currently, I have about 5 more repeats before I split for sleeves, which is like a 10 row. So 10 rows before I can split for sleeves. It's a super simple cardigan. There's a button band going down, no buttons, so I guess just a band going down, and it's knit all together. Like the collar's already on here. I'm knitting the bands as I go, which is very exciting. It's a super simple construction. It was a free pattern on Ravelry. So yeah, it is the Contrails Cardigan, and it goes up to 60.5-inch bust, which they ask you to use quite a bit of positive ease. So for my daughter who is 14 and skinny, I am knitting the 40-inch bust so it can be drapey on her, and it's quite airy. So she's happy, then I'm happy. So that's the second thing that I'm working on the most. The third thing that I'm working on a lot is a blanket for my local NICU, because I'm always working on something, a hat or a blanket for my local NICU. And this is by Pearl Soho, and I can't remember the name of the blanket. 1 second. Okay, the name of the blanket is the Knit 4 Points blanket by Pearl Soho. It is a free pattern, and it's actually a fun knit. You start by casting on how many ever stitches. They were using fingering held double, I believe, so I am using, what is it, a DK? A worsted weight yarn. So she cast it on like 156 or 100 and something or another. I cast it on 100 stitches, thinking that one triangle would be 1 ball of yarn, and then I could just use the Cinnamon Stitches Try Me pack, and then I would use up those 3, and then I would have 1 more skein of yarn, and then, you know, my blanket would be complete. 100 stitches were too many, and the blanket's gonna be a little bit bigger than I expected, which is fine. I just went back and I bought the 3 more, and that's fine. So here is what I have so far. I have 1 color complete. It's gonna be hard to show. Let's see. Show it like this. What you do is you cast on 100 stitches and you decrease 1 every other row. This is my decrease side. And then you get to, you have a triangle. Awkward to show. This is gonna be a large blanket, a large baby blanket, because it's garter, which means it's stretchy. Maybe if I fold it in half. Yeah, I'll fold it in half just to show you the idea. So you'll have a triangle, and then you pick, once you get down to 1 stitch, bind off, you know, you pull through whatever, and then you pick up the same amount of stitches you cast on along one of the edges. And then you start doing the exact same thing, going another direction. See, here is the yarn is going, the stitches are going, running this way, the rows. This now they're going this direction. And when you get to 1, then you'll turn it and you'll do it again, and then again. And then at the end, you'll have 4 points in 1 square, 4 triangles, 1 square. And I'm loving this. This is my nighttime knitting when I'm putting my baby to bed. The first color was Coral in Premier's Anti-Pilling Everyday Worsted Weight Yarn. The second color that I am working on is Soft Peach in the exact same yarn. And I had to go back and buy more of this because this took, the 100 stitches of this took about 1 1/3 ball of yarn. So I'll have enough to make baby hats also for the babies, which is exciting. So the second color is Peach. The third color that I'm going to be using is, what is this called? Cream. See, it looks really pretty together. This is these 3 were the Cinnamon Stitches Try Me pack that she put together with the Premier website, and I purchased, and that's them. And then the 4th color is going to be white. The Premier website has been sold out of this in white for a while, and I'm going to keep trying to get it. By the time I get to white, if they don't have it, I'm going to use this, which is Caron Simply Soft in probably white, yeah. And the yarn is close enough that you're not going to notice. See? It's going to look really pretty together. I think this is going to be a gorgeous baby blanket. And whoever gets it is going to be super lucky. And every mom to a NICU baby deserves to feel super lucky. Trust me, I've been that mom more times than I want to admit. Okay, the next item that I am working on actively is the little, L-I-L, like little but little, top down, no, let me start again, little rosebud top down dress. This is what she looks like. This paper is a little crinkly because it's been floating around my house for a little minute. I'm turning it sideways a little bit so you can see better. Try not to read the pattern, guys. It is a paid for pattern that I paid for. And I am knitting it in the size 18 months for my little baby. Here's the yarn. It is Paint Box something or another. I don't remember. It's metallic, and it's like a metallic gold and a dusty rose color. And I love it. I don't have the ball band up here, or I would tell you the color of it. And here it is. So what you do is you're making a garter stitch, but because you're making garter stitch in the round, you're having a knit row, purl a row. And then on the sleeves, you have this really cool rose, they're calling it a rosebud or a fur type pattern. So you have like leaves going down. And the original pattern did have you doing that all the way down the side of the dress. But because this is for my baby girl, I don't really want to show all the way down the side of her. And because we live in the South, I don't want her to have to wear a shirt or anything underneath this dress. So I am simply making it all in garter stitch. I did all around the sleeves in that pattern. And then I did one little bit of it underneath so that it looks like it's all around. And then the rest is going to be garter stitch all the way down. And I really like this, but doing garter stitch like this, for some reason, is just dragging on. I could finish this dress. I have probably about 5 more inches left to go on this. I mean, she's 18 months old, but she is a tiny little 18-month-old. She was a preemie, and she is tiny, and I don't want this to be super long. I'm not probably going to make it quite as long as the pattern calls for, because I want her to be able to wear it now. And even if it shows off her little diaper a little bit, is fine with me, because she wears cloth diapers, so her diapers are very pretty. So that is what I am also working on. And I love it, but it's kind of taking a backseat a little bit to the blanket and my daughter's neon green cardigan. Okay, the next thing that I am working on, and it's the last thing I'm going to show you today because this video is becoming long, is a pair of socks. And they are becoming languishing whips, unfortunately. And I didn't want that to happen. I love these socks, and I will go back to knitting these socks. As soon as I finish one of these patterns that I am working on, I'm going to jump back on these socks and I'm going to kill it. I dropped a stitch, so I had to pick it up real quick. I will show you my finish. I have one finished. Isn't it gorgeous? Well, I have it finished minus that guy. Isn't this a beautiful sock? It is my favorite vanilla sock. Free pattern on Ravelry. You can find all kind of, Ravelry free vanilla sock recipes on there. And it's just so pretty, guys. I love it. I'm knitting this on 9-inch circular needles. Here's the circumference of the second one. Right now, I am at the spot where I am going to start knitting the heel of the second sock. And that's what's slowed me down. I don't really feel like doing it right now. Just terrible, but I don't feel like it right now. I will get back to it because I do want to finish it. It's just I want to finish these other things more. So that is my next project that I am working on. Look at my yarn though. Isn't this yarn just like simply stunning? Oh, I love this yarn. And I don't have the label for it, but it is a small shop, a small hand-dyed yarn dyer. And the only other thing that I was working on was that mitered square Cozy Memories blanket. And I will show you this really quickly. The idea of this is you knit mitered squares, and usually you knit one and then you pick up stitches along the edge, and then you knit another one and you knit another one. And most people who make these out of scrap yarn also. They're like scrap yarn, Scrappy Sunday scrap yarn projects. But I decided I was going to do it with the loaded it yarn, the plush sock yarn. And I made 19, I think is what I got out of one skein of yarn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So there's 19. I made 19 of the main color of the first section of the blanket. And I was going to make it 13 squares by 15 squares. But then I decided I didn't want to do this anymore. After I made 20 squares, I decided I didn't want to do this anymore. Which is kind of a bummer, because now I have to sit here and I have to frog all these squares so I can put my next color into my you know, happy Scrappy blanket, which I'm going to have to rename because it's not Scrappy. It's just going to be a happy blanket because it's making me happy. It's Garter Squish and Garter makes me happy. So I've got to frog all these and make a magic knot ball, so I can knit that up with my gray yarn. I'm so excited. So that's what I have been working on lately. A lot. I have quite a few things that I have worked on and finished recently, but I haven't really wanted to talk about it because I have a very loud house and I have 3 kids. I have a 14-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 1-year-old, and my house is loud all the time, so I don't have a lot of quiet time to film right now. So there's that. So I do what I do when I can do it. I hope everybody's having a great day, and I will film more videos because I like filming. I like looking at myself on the internet. I'm fine with it. I will film over. I have lots of ideas of things I want to film. Like I got these great gifts for my anniversary and my birthday that just came up last week, and they're yarn related, and I will be filming a video about them this week and putting them up. I cannot wait to show you. Hint, one of them is these wooden needles because it was a wooden gift. I bought the needles for myself for my birthday because, you know, I'm extra like that. Hey, self-care. That's what they say, right? Self-care to me is yarn time. I hope everybody's having a great day, and I will see you all very soon, guys. Peace. Stay happy. Stay healthy. Peace.